Okay, now that we've practiced comparing a fraction to 1/2, now we're going to work on the skill of estimating if a fraction is closer to 1/2 or to 1 whole. So I'm going to grab my fraction bar, cut it into 2 parts, stretch it out, color, have to press OK for my 2 parts, color in 1, and then put my labels on. So there's 1/2. All right, now I'm going to add another bar, move it down, and this time I'm not going to break it into any parts. So say OK, and then I'm going to color in that entire thing. There, so there's a half and there's a whole. The first fraction that I'm going to compare is 5, whoa, let's try again, Miss Toivola. 5/12. I'm going to compare 5/12 to these two fractions. So the very first thing that I keep saying that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in another bar. And if the fraction that I am comparing is 5/12, then I need to cut that into 12. And I am going to now think about how many of these parts is the same as that red piece on the top. So let's grab another color. Let's do green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these parts is the same as having that one red part above it. They end in the same spot. So I know that 1/2 is the same as 6/12. But what about the whole? If I keep on going, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll have 12/12. So what I want to know now is 5/12 closer to 6/12 or 12/12. If we look at the denominators, they're all the same. They're all 12. So now I'm just going to compare these top numbers, 5, 6, and 12. So is 5/12 closer to 6/12 or 12/12? It's 1 away from 6, but it's 7 away from 12. So 5/12 should be closer to a half. And it should be a little less because we just said that 6/12 is the same as 1/2. So let's just double check. Grab a different color. I can do the green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/12. Yep, it didn't make it quite to 1/2, but it's close. It's a little bit less. Right. The next example is 7/8. So I still have my 1/2 bar, and I still have my whole bar. So I'm going to grab my next bar, cut it into 8, and bring it down right in the middle. And now I'm going to look and see how many parts does it take to be the same amount colored in as that red bar on the top. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4. It takes 4 to be the same as that red bar. So underneath 1/2 on the top, I'm going to write 4/8. 1/2 in this problem is the same as 4/8. But if I keep on going in that middle bar, 5, 6, 7, 8, I can see that 8/8 is the same as a whole. All right, so is 7/8 closer to 4/8 or 8/8? Because all the denominators are the same, now I'm just going to look at the numerators and say it's 3 away. 7 take away 3 is 4. It's 3 away from 4, but it's 1 part away from 8. So it should be closer to 8/8. I'm going to color in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so at this point I can see here is the take away 3. If I take away these 3, then I will be back to the half. But if I add on this last bar, or that last part, then I'll have the whole bar. So it's only 1 part away from 8/8. So 7/8 is closer to 8/8, or 1 whole. It's 1 part away, or 1 part less. Change that to a 1 part less. All right, one more example coming at you. Our final example is a little bit trickier because if you take a look at that denominator, the denominator is 7. Whoa, that was the wrong button. Don't know how that happened. Let's try again, Mrs. Toivola. All right, I'm going to rewrite it. 5/7. Whoa, I'm getting tired. It's after 4 o'clock. 5/7. There we go. And the denominator is 7. So because the denominator is 7, that means I need to take my bar, cut it into 7, put it in the middle. All right, now this is another good number for a cookie problem. If we had 7 cookies between you and I, your favorite kind of cookie, right? I'm not going to have 4 and you get 3. That's not fair. And I'm not going to have 3 and you get 4. That's not fair. I want to split them equally between you and I. So I'm going to take away 1 cookie. 7 take away 1 is 6, because 6 is easy to split. I can split 6 easily into 3 and 3. Right now we both get 3 cookies. But I'm going to take that 1 cookie that I said we'll take away. I'm going to grab it back and say that 1 cookie. Now I'm going to split that 1 cookie in half so we both get the same thing. So I get a half and you get a half. So you get 3.5 cookies. And I get, this one will be a little bit trickier, 3.5 cookies. So 3.5 should be the same as that 1/2 red bar, and it looks like it's going to be. All right, so let's number them now. I have 1, 2, 3, 3.5. This is the end of the 4th block. Then here's 5, 6, 7. Yep, so there's 3.5 parts on the left side of that red line, and there's 3.5 parts on the right side of that red line. So if I want to compare 5/7 to a half or a whole, now I can say that 1/2 is the same as, and this is that weird looking fraction, 3.5 out of 7 parts. And 1 whole is the same as using all 7 out of 7 parts. So 5, is it closer to having 3.5, or is it closer to having 7? This is a little bit tricky, so be a careful observer. I'm going to put a line. Let's try one more time. I'm going to put a line at the end of the 5th bar. So is the distance between the red and the green, is that more or less than the distance between the green and the end? So this is 2 whole parts, and this is only 1.5 parts away. So 5 out of the 7 is a little bit, but not much, closer to 3.5. It's 1.5 parts more than 3.5 parts. It's 2 whole parts less than 7 parts. So I'll write that down on the bottom. 5/7. 5/7 is closer to 1/2. But just barely, or just a little.